Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting stream on Bowtie Gaming 14. Time for more Dragon Quest II, or rather the first full session of it, because we ended the last Dragon Quest 1 session off with this because we finished the first game. So yeah, it was basically just lore, and then we made our way to the kind of the town that's next to the castle town that we're heading, and that's as far as we got. So yeah, we explored everything in this town. So now we're off to the castle town. Alright, so we're headed off to Cannock Castle to the north. Yeah, this time I will actually fight things. It's like Pancake might actually die. Oh, thank goodness. Or excuse me, Pancake Jr. Alright, so the abilities he starts off with. Mercurial Thrust strikes an enemy before anyone else can act, Cattle Prod like the last game, and Flying Knee. Flying Kick that's especially effective against airborne enemies. Yeah, they weren't kidding. Cannock! Welcome, Wanderer, to the Kingdom of Cannock. Allow me to impart some advice. Purchase medicinal herbs and chimera wings often and in great quantities. Those who scrimp and save, buying only few at a time, win themselves not but a one-way ticket to an early grave. I refuse to set forth lest I possess 20, even 10 of those. Only then do I feel suitably prepared. Yeah, I checked, this game is at least twice as long as the first one. Because people finally were starting to post the long plays, because naturally they were playing the first game and then the second game. So how much money do I have is the question. Just now I did spy upon the southern horizon, aglow as a great conflagration. Pray that not hath befallen our brothers and sisters of the peaceful realm of Moonbrook. No! So I guess there's kind of an inkling that some people have an idea of what's going on, but they don't definitively know what happened. Though the soil here is fertile and the growing good, the insects are a constant nuisance. Not as ever easy, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, so I'll kind of reiterate this throughout this session and the next session, but unless something changes, the current plan is to stream today, and then the holidays are going on, and then I'll be back on Friday. And that will be it until the 13th once I'm back from MagFest. Because I have a lot of prep to do. On the handling of scrolls. What's gonna be interesting about this game is if you can only give a spell to one person. Because this is where the strategy's gonna come into play, because, like, the first game, you just give everything to the protagonist, whereas this, it's like, you're gonna be potentially dishing it out with 4 characters, because, yeah, there's the 3 from the original version, and they add a 4th character in. They haven't revealed who it is yet, but they'll reveal themselves, honestly, before the other 2 show up. Alright, Mini Medal. Kanak is a fine, fertile, and fruitful place indeed. Its crops are delicious and bountiful both. But yeah, it's cool that that princess's pledge ends up just becoming a family heirloom that's passed down to the... Crap, what are they called again? This is gonna bother me. Yeah, of course, I don't know Zoom yet, so I don't definitively know what all the locations are called. Gosh, that's gonna bother me. Middenhall again. It's gonna be like, I know we start our adventure there and then we're not back for hardly ever. Let's stop at the inn before we die. Our own prince is something of a spellcaster, unlike the Prince of Middenhall, or so I hear. Well, they say that same self-prince is something of a master of the sword. Surely do we have our strengths and weaknesses. Please, I'm dying! So I pretty much got my money back on that, so that was definitely worth it. Where to next? To Middenhall, perhaps? And on the way a sojourn in fair Leftwind to break up the monotony of the road? This is Kanak, one of the 3 realms founded by the scions of mighty Erdrick, and it is a passing, pleasant place indeed. Head lieth Kanak Castle. Be on thy best behavior now. Wow, they got a nice courtyard, darn. My daughter worshipped the young princess. Why, she waketh each day at dawn to see her highness on her morning run about town. That one so noble should try her hardest despite being born into comfort is an inspiration indeed for the little one. One day I too shall be like the princess. I shall train and train and train and train some more, until I am stronger than any other. Yeah, let me see what kind of equipment I can get, if anything. Yeah, first let's sell stuff. Alright, so that's 660. So yeah, everything is currently too expensive. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure I got at least 5 in my inventory. Especially how cheap medicinal herbs are, yeah. It's especially gonna get more critical once we start gaining party members. Now let's go it for an even 30. That'll just go in his inventory. Cool. Start with 10 in his inventory since there's hardly anything in there. Alright, there's apparently no places to save in the castle town. Maybe it's inside the castle itself. Okay, yeah, there's a chapel inside the castle. Why is this not Prince Pancake Jr. of Middenhall who standeth before me? Forgive us, Highness, though thou art surprisingly dutiful. I fear our own prince and princess are somewhat, free-spirited by comparison. Why, only the other day the princess did think to make a poisonous mire here in the castle grounds, claiming she wished to temper her resistances or some such. The child beggareth belief. The king and I did often tipple together late of an evening. That is until we were discovered by the queen and scolded most mercilessly. My respect for her majesty and the queen knoweth no bounds. She is kind when kindness is required, and stern when sternness is his order of the day. She is a wise woman indeed. Seemeth there those amongst the people who seek to dissow discord and mistrust. How can such souls live with themselves? I like how the priest knows. He's like, "Welcome, son of Erdrick." He's like, "Shut up! Don't say it so loud." Oh, I'm sorry, Highness. Shut up! The gal lieth ahead. 'Tis not a place to be entertained for one's idle amusement. Thou art free to speak with the prisoners through the bars if thou wouldest, but pray approach them with care. Since thou did go to the trouble of visiting me here, allow me to share a little pearl of wisdom. There's a key in this world that can open nigh any door, just imagine. The more we stain our hands with wicked acts, the higher we climb in the ranks of the army of the faithful. What luck to be imprisoned here of one so damnably foul! Pray, what did I do to deserve such punishment? The plaguey feast near ceaseth to entreat me to do wrong. Come, friend, the world shall soon end, what matter not. With this and other such pleasantries does he bombard me. So tirelessly aggravating is I've been put off by wrongdoing entirely. Herein is kept a great treasure of the royal line of Cannock, only once possessed by the very hero of legend himself. Only one deserving of the title of hero must be suffered to claim the contents of this chest. And I mean not merely one through whose veins the blood of heroes courseth. I mean one in whom the people might place in their trust. in whose strength and kindness they might have utmost faith. Beyond lie the princess's chambers. I am tasked with their safekeeping, and yet I sometimes feel as if I must be kept safe from her. She doth fire off spells in my direction without a by your leave, and challenge me to duels of the merest of trifles, all in the name of training. 'Tis no easy posting, I tell thee. Cousin, it feels like years since you last visited. Have you come seeking your playmate, my dolt of a brother? Alas, he is abroad on an errand of such surpassing foolishness that I dare not speak of it. Yeah, I'm assuming both kids sleep in here. Alright, so it looks like he can't use that. Okay, so yeah, they do keep that consistent with Pancake Jr. can't learn magic, so you can only give it to somebody who can use magic.
Well met, young Middenhall.
How thou art grown since last we saw thee. Yet the furrow of thy brow suggesteth all is far from well.
Zounds! Moonbrook is fallen? Her armies laid waste by a vast horde of fiends? Yet as thou sayest, we have but one soldier's word. It would behoove us to learn the truth before acting unduly. Wait! Pray, take our boy with thee.
Though some regard him as something of a featherbrain sort, he is assiduous in his daily training with sword and spell.
Where art thou, boy? Thy presence is required in the throne room.
Whatever is the matter, Daddy? If you were looking for that wayward brother of mine, I'm afraid you shan't find him here. He set off for the wellspring of the hero earlier this morn.
Even now, he marcheth to the beat of a drum entirely his own. Mine apologies, fair prince. Yet I could not forgive myself wert thou to go companionless and any harm were to befall thee. Wouldst thou be willing to journey to the wellspring of the hero and bring back my son?
Forgive us for troubling thee so, but we should be ever grateful.
Once thou hast located our boy, do see he is returned to the castle. There are matters I would see discussed before you two depart.
Off he goes!
Is my cousin Moonbrook no more?
We do not know that, dear. Let us not dwell on that we cannot control, but turn our attentions to that we can.
Quite. Summon the Chancellor. The kingdom must be fortified.
Prince Partitio is a kindly soul at heart. He's simply somewhat blind to others' thoughts and feelings at times, much to the amusement of his onlookers, I must say.
Quickly, in here! What was all that talk of Moonbrook just now? Good gracious! But that is terrible news, and I can well understand why Father is loath to let you go alone. Then it is decided. I will accompany you on your hunt with my darling brother. After all, If he is to play his part as a scion of the hallowed hero, then so must I. It is as I always say, age is no excuse to laze. I hardly think that Mummy and Daddy Dearest will allow me to join you on your journey to Moonbrook. But at the very least, I can help you find my brother, can't I?
Come
Wonderful.
along!
Well, now that is settled, let us prepare to depart. Adventure awaits. But first I must dress for the occasion. Step outside for a moment, please.
Move along! And this is character 4.
Oh, what do you make of my travelling togs? I sewed them myself, you know. Honestly, you boys wouldn't know needlework if it poked you in the eye. When a lady asks for your opinion on her outfit, you say it's stunning or breathtaking, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, sublime beyond belief. Anyway, on the subject of feeling adventurous, let us be off. Oh, and pray do not stand on ceremony. I have a name for a reason. By all means, call me by it.
Please decide on a name for the Princess of Canik. So Matilda is her canonical name. Kinda going in somewhat of the theme of Octopath 2. Princess Agnia!
Now that is settled, let us fly to the east, over field and forest, and down into the depths of the earth. The wellspring of the hero awaits.
Agnia joins the party! So yeah, it still remains like sets of cousins, but now instead of 3 cousins or different families, it's basically 2 siblings and then 2 other cousins. Canik's finest is along for the ride. With you, the princess will help fight against enemies you cross swords with. However, she hasn't officially decided to join your party just yet. The independent-mindedness miss won't take any orders from you, nor allow you to rifle through her items or equipment. So yeah, essentially she's just a companion character for now. But she'll at least make things a little easier. They're like, unlike the first game, you're not going alone for very long. But boy does this game make up for it with the difficulty. Yeah, people were speculating on who this character was going to be. They're like, oh yeah, just some random woman you meet on the road. I'm like, no, literally, it's just the Princess of Canik. Alright, we depart to the east. Alright, so let's see, want to take... Well, I guess either bridge, really, but what might be quicker is just going directly to the east. Off we go! Yeah, luckily at this time she doesn't have like an MP bar or a health bar, so you know, like basically you're more so worried about Pancake Jr. as of right now. Gosh, endless reinforcements! Okay, so yeah, sometimes her attacks can just straight up fail. Oh, that's a nice find. Might as well put that in his inventory. Stop going after the enemies I'm trying to go after, darn it! Thank you! Level 4! Learn Stone's Throw. Launch a barrage of small stones at all enemies. I mean, I remember that from one of the characters from from the third game. That was really helpful.
Hot, hot, hot!
The spring itself is a little further in. That's where we'll find my brother performing his ablutions. Normally he forgoes the bath entirely, but today of all days he chooses to soak himself in holy water. You too must think his timing leaves a little bit to be desired. Right, still I must not down him unduly. Though his wits might be scattered, his heart's always in the right place. Now enough chitter-chatter. Let's find the heir to Canic's crown. Yeah, and of course, as to be expected of the first dungeon, it's not massive, it just... Of course, we don't know Peep yet, so we're, I mean, I doubt this early on they're gonna put in a dud chest. That'd be so mean. Oh yeah, those stones do a lot of damage. Yeah, and of course it's nice because they hit everything on the screen. Quintuple kill! Use stone's throw, use stone's throw, use stone's throw for the love of everything. An ever so slightly more fashion-friendly attempt at crafting armor for reptile shells. I was like, Agni, are you okay? Jeez. Agnia gets a paper cut. Ow, ow, ow. Tell me, have you cleansed yourself in the wellspring of the hero? 'Twould be a shame not to do so and come all this way. Alright, that particularly helps out with magic casting, so I'm gonna purposely save that. It's like anything else I'll chuck on Pancake Jr., but anything involving magic, no, definitely save that for Particio or Throne or Agnia. Level 5! You've done well reaching the wellspring of the hero, Wanderers. The young Prince of Canik did partake in the blessing just a short while ago. Drat and bother, do you mean we say we missed him? Last it seemeth so. Mayhap you will find him in Middenhall? His Highness mentioned that he meant to visit the castle once the rite was complete. Why must he test my patience so, and why Middenhall? Oh, it hardly matters. Come, let's hurry after him, lest he escapes us again. Highness! Full aware by the urgency of your quest, yet I fear the stormy waters of thy heart may lead thee astray. It's for you of Erdrick's bloodline to steer the people of this fair realm through the storm, not so to be tossed hither and thithered by it. Yes, I know, sorry. Then come, cleanse yourself in the blessed waters and pray for the favor of mighty Erdrick. I speak to thee as well, Prince of Middenhall. Meanwhile, Throne's like, when do I get to go in here? Darn it! O hero of legend, grant those who walk the path of the Savior thy guidance and protection. The ritual is complete. May you walk in the light of the goddess. Okay, so now you... well, actually, I'm gonna bite my tongue on that for a second. Yeah, because I was like, I don't remember getting the zoom spell right away, and they're just saying it exists even if you don't have access to it for a while. Alright, to Middenhall! Yeah, I mean, you pretty much almost need Chimera Wings until you get the zoom spell. Beloved Pancake Jr., is not that not the Princess of Canic I see at thy side? To what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, then I regret to inform you that Prince Partitio did return homeward a short while before your coming. He had first been to the wellspring of the hero, and then came thence here, I believe. But upon learning I had set thee forth to Canic to deliver tidings of the assault on Moonbroke, he did hasten thence to return home. The bothersome brother of mine, wherever we seek him, he most assuredly is not. Thank you, Majesty. We shall go after him right away. Good, but take care on the road. Thou wilt see that thy young cousin cometh to no harm, will thou not, Pancake Jr.? You are both very kind, but it is I who will protect Prince Pancake Jr., not the other way around. I am greatly assured to hear it. My cousin the king hath raised a most fearsome young warrioress indeed. Beloved son, I pray your path crosses with thy cousins ere long. When it doth, pray join forces with him and seek out the truth of what is afoot in this land. Alright, back to Canic. Where did he go this time? Prince Pancake Jr., lo, it appeareth my son is not with thee. Do you mean to say he's still not returned? But more to the point, dearest daughter of mine, wherefore dost thou don such traveling garb? Surely thou hast not been accompanying the prince on his travels. Fret not, father, is merely helping him find my brother. Is he truly still not returned? He is not. Does that not meet him at the wellspring? He had already left the spring by the time he arrived, and the same was true for Middenhall. Perhaps he stopped off somewhere along the way. That is, worryingly plausible. Well, there's nothing for it. We shall have to keep searching. Hold a moment. Agnia, my dear, pray enlighten me as to why the prince requireth thine aid in this. Mayhap I am not my brother's keeper, but I am his sister, and as such I am duty-bound to help anyone who seeks him out. Once brother has been found, I shall return to the peaceful humdrum of the princess ship, I assure you. Thou wilt return here straight the moment thy brother is discovered? Thou swearest? 'Twill be as if I were never gone. Very well, my apologies, Prince Pancake Jr. I trust my daughter's company will not inconvenience you unduly. See, he does not resent my company, he delights in it. Now if you'll excuse us, Mummy, Daddy, we have a prince to find. Alright, so he went back to left win. What a pretty pendant! I did not imagine you had a penchant for baubles. It was a gift from Princess Gwaelin to her beloved Erdrick? How romantic! But that fails to explain why it suddenly began to glow. But it hardly matters, I suppose. Finding my brother is the urgent business of the day. Hey!
Oh! The very rascal I have been at such pains to find! Your father told me of the terrible news from Moonbrook, and that you journey there to learn the truth. Pray, allow me to accompany you on your expedition. I cannot rightly remain idle while my kin ventures into dangers unknown. What? Why are you?
Because I too heard the news from Moonbrook. That is why I've been helping the prince to find you, that you might venture there together.
Is that so? Then I owe you my thanks. And my apologies.
Accepted. Now let us repair home. We mustn't keep Mother and Father waiting.
It is a pleasure to join your fellowship.
Alright, Particio joins the party! Meanwhile, Throne is just like, help me, please. Though
I did not say it, it was a pleasure for me too. It was almost like being a hero.
Alright, back to Kanik. Alright, so he also starts off with 2 medicinal herbs. Alright, there you go, ice magic. Woohoo! Alright, so he starts off by being able to heal people using fire and, well, we just gave him ice magic, and then can make a group of enemies disappear. Okay, so comparatively the knife sucks, so we can sell it. Alright, so he starts off at level 4.
Father, Mother, I am returned, and find myself most troubled by recent goings-on in Moonbrook.
As do I. Though it is a relief to see thee at last in the company of thy cousin. 1,000 apologies, young Middenhall, for my wayward offspring inconveniencing thee.
It's fine.
Oh, tush! I didn't inconvenience him in the slightest. And even if I did, the prince is far too kind a soul to say so. Isn't that right, fair cuz?
Allow me to offer mine own apology. If I had only been here.
'Tis of little import now. More pressing matters are at hand. A calamity most foul hath befallen Moonbrook. Thy cousin, Middenhall, bravely ventureth forth to survey that place and rescue the king and princess, should rescue be possible. I would have thee accompany him on this quest. Lend him thy succor. Prove that blood is a bond that none can tear asunder.
Yes, Father, as scions of mighty Erdrick, naught shall stand in our way.
The road to Moonbrook passeth through Gwaelin's Gate, to the south and west of here. Take with you this parchment, and present it to the guards at the gate. They will grant you passage.
Pancake Jr. obtains a Gwaelin's Gate Pass.
May the goddess go with you.
Brother, I wish you well.
Agnia leaves the party. Alright, now time to begin our quest to go save Throne. And see what we can recover from Moonbrook. Alright, off to the west. Can you hear me? Pray tell, what happened here? Forgive us, Highness. Foul fiends did overwhelm us. 2 of them, creatures of a kind not hitherto seen in these parts. They appeared most suddenly, and we did confront them in the corridors beneath, thinking to prevent their passage, but alas. Such was the violence of their assault that the walls were rent asunder, and a great deluge did come crashing in. And worse than this, they gained access to the kingdom after all. Forgive us, we failed in our duty. Failed nonsense! You did all you could and more, and for that, the realm thanks you. Praise be to the Almighty, you did not pay for your heroism with your lives. Nonetheless, this is far from good news. The way to Moonbrook would appear to be blocked. Forgive us, 1,000 times forgive us! Oh no, it is you who must forgive me. It was not my intent to degenerate your admirable efforts. An idea occurs to me. Northwest of here lies a certain cavern upon a lake where we might find a most wondrous treasure, the bottomless pit. It has passed down through the royal line since my kingdom's founding, and is said to possess the power to extract the damnedest from even the soggiest of soggiestnesses. Though diminutive in size, its capacity to draw in water is such that whole oceans could disappear within it, or so the legends tell. A mere flooded passageway or two should be the work of but a moment for such a wonder. Let us return to my father and inform him of what may come to pass, and thence to the cavern and the pot within. Nay, Highness, let us report to your father, the king. It's the very least we can do. Pray go directly and retrieve the fabled pot. The cavern you seek lieth on an island at the center of a lake. You cannot miss it. Without it, our duty here is meaningless, for what hath need of flooded passageway of guards? But friends, you're hurt, are you certain? More than certain, your highness, and may the heavens smile on you for your kindness. The fiends might have escaped our clutches, but we in turn escaped the worst of their wrath. Fear not, we are more than fit to make the journey to the castle. Very well, then I shall do as you say and entrust you the task of appraising my father of what happened here. And we shall away to the northwestern cavern and the treasure therein. The Shrine of Flames. On my liege's orders, none may pass, but do not take that as an invitation to linger on this island a while. The place is rife with fiends most foul. Tis said the flame you see here was first lit in order that a wounded traveler might gain respite from the fiends that did hound them. Wherefore hath the flame not burned itself out since that day, you ask? Ho, wherefore indeed? Though the rain doth fall and the wind doth blow, it still burneth bright and true. I myself believe it to be because there's no more monster-scaring pyre, but the unquenching flame of that brave traveler's indomitable spirit. Forgive me, but we cannot permit you to proceed any further. Please, you must leave this place. Alright, off further to the west. Are you hurt? Wake up, please! He grows cold. How could this? He was a soldier of our realm, a guard simply doing his duty. We must proceed with caution, Pancake Jr. First Moonbrook, then Gwaylin's Gate, and now this. Worse things even than we had feared may be afoot. Cave of the Lake.
This may burn.
Level 5. A free Chimera Wing.
Sis! Have it!
Alright, so he also knows Flame Slash and Cop Out.
This may burn.
He's like, please don't dive. Level 6. And my cousin is dead. Don't worry, I'll save you! Welcome back! Welcome back, Pancake Jr. How is it? Why do you have a coffin? I can explain. Don't worry, I'll just take him to the church, it'll be right as rain, I swear. So yeah, unlike the first game, I mean, it's kind of like the third game, but yeah, unlike the first one where you only have one character, you have multiple characters, so if you don't have a full party wipe, the rest of the characters will just follow behind whoever's left in coffins. I'm like, oh my gosh, no! Alright, back to the Cave of the Lake. Now we can just beeline it straight for the next room. And now he's at level 6. Nose Squelch, which cures poison. No one's worked out yet if this is a sickle with a chain on the end or a chain with a sickle on the end. Crafted from a suitably sturdy tree, beginners need look no further than this boomerang. Oh good, there's healing pads, thank goodness. How many times is Particio gonna die? Jeez. Well, that time that was a party wipe. Yeah, definitely give it to Partitio. Is that a sigil? Have we found one, brother? I fear not. The item described as, to us were said to be a little more than ordinary stones. When we heard that humans kept something of import here, was fool enough to hope. Are you the foul fiends who slew the poor men at the entrance of this cave? Who's this now? Answer me! I suppose we are, stripling, eh? The men were foolish enough to try to stop us, and they got their just desserts! Why would- how could you simply... Simply what, little friend? Silence a sniveling nuisance? We foul fiends do such things with ease. You will... What will? Silence a pair of nuisances yet more sniveling than the last? I suppose we will. Well, shall we do this? Come. You are through, little humans. Look out, Pancake Jr.
It's getting rather chilly.
Boo!
Take heart!
I was like, how are you not dead yet?
It's getting rather chilly. Yeah. I feel a frost coming on.
And done.
We are victorious.
Woohoo! Level 8. Learn muster strength. Learn buff, fizzle, and dodgy dance. We bested them. Thanks solely to your efforts. Of course, had I faced them alone, These may well have been the same creatures that attacked Gwaylin's Gate. The men mentioned monsters not usually seen in these parts, and I, for one, have never seen such beasts before. Behold, the bottomless pit! Those creatures they spoke of sigils, was it? But never mind that now. Let us away to Gwaylin's Gate. The passageways theirs must be cleared of water, and we must journey onwards. Welcome on in to... We just beat the crap out of a bunch of monsters, and also we have Particio with us now. He's like, I must invest in these spells, huzzah, and like, sure you can. I will punch thee with magic. We come bearing the bottomless pot. Let us make haste and see if we might not clear the waters that block the path. Pancake Jr. plunges the bottomless pot into the water. Behold, it's a miracle, a wonder! Surely ours is a realm blessed with great treasures indeed. Now the passage beneath might be trod once more, and tread them we shall. Moonbrook awaits! Remain ever vigilant, men. We know not what further perils might visit us yet. We shall. We have come to take the days of peace for granted, that much we do now see. But we shall not do that again. When next foul fiends assail us, we shall be ready. And this time we shall not fail you. Gwaelin's gate will not fall while we stand. I pray that be so, and I leave the gate in your capable hands. Take care on the road, Highness. And we're running into poison already. An unassuming necklace that helps prevent its wearer from succumbing to poison. That's a lot of enemies. Oh yeah, I forgot they're just straight up called fat rats. I've been poisoned! A lightweight shield sculpted from a sturdy shell. What it lacks in style, it makes up for in solidity. Have you visited the shrine south of Middenhall? Had you done so, you would have met with my brother. He once wandered this land from coast to coast and from hill to dale. Many are the intriguing tales he gathered on his travels. Alright, off to the south. With lots of fat rats. Oh no, reinforcements! Alright, finish him! Level 9! Helm Splitter! Evac! Propeller Blade! Lunahan! This must be Moonahan. What is that? Fascinating. I thought Cannock the only kingdom that had such a storied heirloom. To think Middenhall had its own, the Princess's Pledge. But what purpose does its glowing serve? Perhaps it tries to tell us that there's something or someone here deserving of our attention. Well, but there's but one way to find out. Come, let's see what this town has for us. Welcome, wanderers, to fair Moonahan. You make for Moonbrook. Why not tarry there a while on your way? It surely as my father says, when the heart speaks, let the soul listen. By which he means that you should do as you wish to do. Stay with us a while and play. The Moonbrokers are somewhat over serious lot, but they're good people nonetheless. I was once a wrongdoer, but was set on the right path thanks to their interventions, and now I live both righteously and well. The king of that place is a great man indeed. Even I, a lowly nobody, could see that from the first. Bristling with divine energy and especially effective against the undead. Many years ago, we of Moonahan were visited by the kings of Moonbroke, Middenhall, and Cannock. Well acquainted did they seem, and full plain was the friendship between them. It warmeth my heart to look back on their smiling faces even now. A little pup most adorable and good-tempered did appear in town a few days ago. I wonder whence it came. Sir, you're a knight of Moonbroke, are you not? Are you well? My heart aches for my kingdom. Pray tell me aught that you know. What exactly befell the kingdom? What I know, I was tasked with guarding the shrine west of the castle that day. Yet to my frustration, none came to relieve me of my post. Some hours later, I returned to the castle to upbraid my fellow guardsmen for their idleness, but they were all... Please tell us more if it's not too painful. Go and see with your own eyes. There you'll be under no illusion as to the threat our realm faces. It appears we shall find our answers in Moonbroke after all. Pay a visit to one of the world's tombola stalls and hand over a ticket for a chance to win prizes. There's 5 ranks, ultimate, first, second, third, and fourth. The higher the rank, the better the prize. Welcome, friend, to the home of the tombola. Set it a-spinning to win all manner of magnificent prizes, and all for the price of a single ticket. I might also try 10 spins in succession for 10 tickets. Alright, so 4th you get a free antidotal herb, 3rd class you get magic water, 2nd you get a dance costume, 1st you get an edge boomerang, and ultimate you get golden claws. I mean, if nothing else, I get free antidotal herbs out of this. How I wish I might have another try on the tombola. And now the dog is following us. I beg your pardon? You're all descendant of mighty Erdrick. I once worked at the royal palace. Fancy meeting such luminaries here in the village. I'm blessed indeed. Moonahan welcomes you, friends. Here in this place of many meetings do the peoples of the world come together. 'Tis said that each of the realms founded by those of hero of legends line did receive its own great treasure. To Middenhall was given the princess's pledge, to Cannock the bottomless pot, and to Moonbroke Ra's very own mirror. What powers do such treasures possess, I wonder? Might they make a person rich beyond their wildest dreams, perhaps? Once upon a time I did good business in a small settlement amongst the woods to the east of here. Alas, it was razed by fiends and has lain abandoned ever since. I myself fled to the shrine to the southwest, hoping to serve the soldiers of Moonbroke stationed there. Alas, they're steadfast to a fault. Not only do they keep a tight guard on the shrine, they do the same without their purse strings, refusing to even buy more than they need. If only they would cease worrying about the future and be more liberal in their spending. Let's stay a night at the inn. Where are the soldiers of Moonbrook who do periodically stop by to see all that is well in Moonahan? We've not heard from them for some time. Should you wish to visit the kingdom, you only need journey a short way to the south and west of this place. If you do, pray ask what has been going on of late. I was not made to sail the ocean wave. Nay, the to and froing of the boat doth render me right crazy each and every time. Journey westward and continue ever onward, and in time you'll reach a port town of some standing, or so it is said. Have you noticed how those who claim to deal exclusively to items sometimes trade weaponries and armor? If not, perhaps because you spend too little time browsing their wares. I suggest from now on you inspect every single object on offer from every single merchant. Do not miss the purchase of a lifetime. Oh yeah, 1,500, that's a decent amount of change there. I mean, I could afford it for at least one of them. Or, yeah, say... Well, for sure get... Well, the bronze armor is even better. There, now I'm gonna have to buy for both of them. Yeah, I'll save my money for now. And get more items! Alright, we're good for a while. Of late, the fiends do grow even more numerous and vicious, but the soldiers might be sent from Moonbrook to watch over us. Alright, one more for the road. Alright, off to Moonbrook. Just keep chucking stones at a pancake. It'll work out eventually.
Never fear. Goddess, do you remember coming here when we were children? It was resplendent. Flowers as far as the eye could see. Shining marble from ceiling to floor. The Queen, so beautiful, before her untimely passing. Now all that remains is this. I never imagined for a moment that the devastation would be so extreme. This is too much. We can but pray that the king and the princess escaped in time. Come, let us explore further. Your Majesty?
How so? My kingdom ruins.
Your Majesty, we are here.
No redemption. Evil such as this. Daughter. My beloved daughter. I beg of thee. Live.
He was already gone. I did not know what it meant to die. For a kingdom to fall. To have everything that one holds dear taken. Why would anyone? What was that? Could there yet be survivors? Quick, let us hurry to the courtyard. The noise came from there.
Undead Undoer Scroll. The fiends we kept in prison, they too attacked. How long had they planned this wickedness? Must protect the royal treasure. The fiends are liars and dissemblers. Only by that might we see through their lies. Imbued with divine energy and especially effective against the undead. Popular with those who like to appear smarter than they actually are. Not much farther now. Soon I shall be free. Free of these walls. Please spare me, my beloved son awaiteth my return in Leftwood. He's like, what the heck, man?
It must have been the sound of rubble or some such falling. There's no life here. Not anymore. Well, save this lone flower. Do you remember that town we passed on our journey here? I suggest we visit it on our way home. If the princess or anyone else survived, mayhaps someone there might know.
East to the shrine. Find her.
Well, that clearly was not the king. Whoever it was, it would seem they have other plans for us. A shrine to the east, was it? It is the rummest thing, though.
Welcome
I'm
on
certain
into
I've
our
heard
quest
that
to save
voice
the Princess of Moonbrook.
But what I do know is that our quest is not done yet. Eastwards we go.
Onwards!
I knew you would agree. You feel it
Yeah,
too,
so
do
we
you
had
not?
just finished up the first game
Trust
last
her.
session.
Anyhow,
We're about
let us take our
3
leave.
hours into this one.
I would fain be gone from this mournful place.
But I want to go explore! Not now, Pancake Jr. Yeah, you see what you did? Darn it. Yes, I definitely recommend it. It's a good experience from start to finish. Ooh, there's a basement. With chests. Well, I guess we can't open that one. Never mind. Oh, that was a good find. Heck yeah. Gimme. A perfectly pure ring that helps prevent its wearer from succumbing to paralysis. Why, Moonbrook, once so fair, laid waste. Yeah, I probably should go back to the town first. Yeah, definitely from what I can tell so far, I know it helps is just having multiple party members. Because that's where you really feel the helplessness of just being by yourself. You're like, no, I wish I had somebody else, but there's no one. Yeah, I was gonna say, there were definitely a couple moments in that particular game that were like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's gonna be interesting to see how difficult this one gets, because I remember this being... I mean, I guess, like, I kind of go back and forth between whether or not I thought the late game of this game was harder as opposed to Soma in the third game if we're counting the other Switch version. This one, I will give my opinion once I play this in terms of what's harder. Oh yeah, I can't even imagine Draconian difficulty, like, cause yeah, even on Dragon Quest difficulty it got insane in some portions. Gosh, that was probably even worse. And I'm pretty sure we put this on the Princess of Moonbrook, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, I could buy a shield for... Well, I'm definitely putting it on Pancake Jr., like, for sure. Alright, then I'll save my money for now. And yes, to answer your question, the Prince of Kanik has died multiple times already. It's like, I remember this from the other version. Early on, the Prince of Kanik will die multiple times. It's not an if. Despite your best efforts. Meanwhile, the Prince of Biddenhall is just like, help me, please. Oh, right, that was the whole thing. I was gonna go stay at the inn because the Prince of Biddenhall is dangerous. Well, he doesn't have any MP and he needs sleep. Okay, that's good to know. I figured at some point it would probably tone down, but I especially remember early game he dies a lot. Or he can die a lot. Also, I think just one of the weirdest things about this remake so far is not having to constantly use torches. I mean, it's nice, but it's just weird, because I had to do that so many other times in the other version, or the other Switch version of this game. It's like every, like, minute while you're in the caves, just light another torch, light another torch. Thank goodness they negate that whole thing with this version. Yeah, probably just go that way. Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of makes up for it to be like, yeah, he's still canonically using it, it's just, you're not constantly breaking out, like, 50 torches. Especially in the late game dungeons, like, that's where I really noticed it, because, I mean, I remember back in when I was doing that version, some guides were like, yeah, just make sure you bring a crap ton of torches if you want to explore all the dungeon in one go. Like, alright, 50 torches it is. He also was, I mean, I'm not surprised at this point considering the third game did it, but the fact that they made more warp points in more locations, particularly right before the final boss, after you had gotten through the final dungeon, I'm like, I just love that they added that to the remakes. I'm like, thank goodness. It's like, I've already done it cold turkey once, I prefer not to do it cold turkey again. I've earned my go through the entire dungeon in one go on one health bar and set of items badge. For the entire original trilogy. Alright, go south. Alright, we're almost there. Oh, come on! Game just had to be like, nah, I'm just gonna tease you with one more encounter first. At least on the plus side, we get a save before we go in there. The Swamp Shrine. Just in case there's a boss fight before this. It appears to be a mirror, but why would someone leave it here? Wait, the voice that spoke to us in Moonbrook. Could this have been what it wished us to seek out? Regardless, it's clearly an item of some significance. Come, let us take it with us. Pancake Jr. obtains Ra's mirror. Now, if we may, I should like to revisit the town we passed along the way. I sense our business there is not done yet. The princess's pledge. It glows anew. There can be no doubt. There's something in this town that it would have us witness. After all, the necklace is said to guide those of Erdrick's bloodline, is it not? It would hardly lead us astray. Come, let's see if we can find whatever is exciting it so. Use Ra's mirror? Ta-da! It was the princess this whole time.
Where am I? Cousin Middenhall. Cousin Cannock.
Princess! Praise the Almighty!
But why are you... And why am I...
Well, Moonbrook was attacked, and...
But of course, countless fiends have set upon the castle. Father needs my help. Quickly, cousins, we must hie to Moonbrook's defense.
About that.
Wherefore do you tarry so?
We are but recently returned from the castle, or what remains of it. We found no survivors.
This cannot be. Oh, my apologies. I seem quite unable to stand.
There is nothing to apologize for. You have been through so much. You must rest. Come, we will carry you.
I know not how to thank you. I feel much more myself now.
And full glad am I to hear it. May I suggest we rest here for the night before making for Middenhall in the morning? You can stay there in safety till all this is over.
No, I will not. I will not rest until Hargon is dead.
Hargon.
I mean, that's fair.
The name feels somewhat familiar. Yes. He was the villain behind the sacking of Renderak, was he not? You mean to say that he was behind the attack on...
I do. Moonbrook fell by his hand. I shall be ever grateful to you for restoring me to my senses. But I did not survive to be locked away in a gilded cage. Besides, neither Cannock nor Middenhall will ever be truly safe while the High Priest yet lives. This is why I must have his head.
It is as you say, Princess. Nowhere is safe anymore. No matter how our fathers fortify our kingdoms against these fiends, we should always be living in fear. And I, for one, balk at it. Don't you, cuz? Your cause is ours, Princess. Together we shall restore peace to this fair realm. True peace.
It pleases me immeasurably to hear it.
And yet, I ask that you allow us to return to Cannock and Middenhall first. Our fathers bade us report what we discovered here, and I would not disappoint them.
Yes, of course. If I might ask something of you in turn, I would visit Moonbrook Castle. I must needs see the aftermath with mine own eyes.
For now, I think it best we all get some rest while we can. We have much to do on the morrow.
Psst, wake up. Sorry, I know you are tired, but there is a matter of much import I would discuss with you. Would you step outside with me a while? My apologies. I did not want to risk the princess overhearing us. I've been thinking. We are all three of us descended from the hero of legend, are we not? And come the morrow, we embark upon a quest to end the ambitions of the fiendish High Priest Hargon.
At first I deemed it destiny. We three scions of Erdrick striving together for the same cause. Yet the more I thought upon it, the more my doubts grew. As the matter stands,
We do not fight for the same cause she does. You and I fight to protect those we cherish, but she has already lost them. The princess fights to exorcise the grief and anger that cloud her heart. We may never be able to soothe the princess's pain, nor replace her family. But perhaps we can offer her another. Though I must say I doubt she will ever think of me as family when I am constantly calling her princess. Do you think she would bristle if I called her sweet cuz? Perhaps it is a little too familiar. Ah, cousin, then. Or perhaps simply by her name. On that matter, do tell me, should I say something foolish? I can be an awful blunderer at times. Perhaps even most times. Thank you, cousin. We two make a fine team, and so shall we three.
Fist bump! Then morning comes.
Three paths lie before us. One to Cannock, one to Middenhall, and one to Moonbrook Castle. We must walk all three, but not necessarily in that order.
Quite. Let us take our leave.
Princess Throne joins the party.
Just a moment. If we are to travel together, then I see little need to stand on ceremony. Pray, call me cousin. Or, if you would rather, sweet cuz.
Ha! Did you hear that? I was right all along. It is destiny.
Cousin Throne joins the party. Alright, she starts off at level 11. Alright, and now we can use Zoom. So yeah, she starts off with 2 healing spells. That, Holy Protection, a Wind spell, Dazzle, and Snooze. And then she's strictly a magic user, unlike the other two. Alright, first let's go to Cannock.
princess! Full glad am I to see thee whole and hale. But what of thy father?
Alas, I alone escaped the assault on Moonbrook.
It cannot be. It simply cannot be. Mighty Moonbrook.
We can only imagine what thou hast suffered, dear child. If there is aught we might do.
You are kind indeed, all of you.
So, where next? Journeyest thou to Middenhall?
The three of you alone mean to take on foul Hargon?
Better that than to live in fear. To live in a world governed by fear.
Valiant words indeed, my son. But this is not a fight that may be walked away from with mere cuts and bruises. Knowing this, thou would still venture forth to face him? Truly, the blood of mighty Erdrick doth flow through thy veins.
Watch over these lands in my absence, father. Over Cannock itself. Over Gwaelin's Gate. Over the lakes and the lands beyond. We know not when the fiends might strike again.
Fear not, my son. Though I grew complacent in the face of such long-lasting peace, I suffer that affliction no longer. Cannock's defenses will be redoubled. Thou needest not worry on that score.
Ah, one more thing before we depart. The monsters we encountered spoke of sigils. It seems they seek them out. Know you of what they might be?
Sigils? Did they mean perhaps the 5 great symbols of power made so long ago by mighty Erdrick?
I have heard tell of these. Though they seem to the naked eye as mere stones, they impart great power upon those who wield them. Power destructive and redemptive both.
But why should the monsters be at such pains to acquire them? Do they covet that self-same power, perhaps?
We can only guess. As to the fiend's motive, and alas, as to the whereabouts of the sigils. For it is not known where or in whose keeping mighty Erdrick left them.
But wheresoever they may be, they cannot be suffered to fall into the hands of those who would use them for evil. And if Hargon's minions do indeed mean to make them their own, then in seeking them out, perhaps Hargon too might be found.
Perhaps indeed. We shall endeavor to discover all that might be known about them.
One last thing before thou departest. This will make proof of thy bloodline to any who might seek such proof.
Cartuccio obtains the Mark of Cannock.
Thank you, father, mother. Now, I must away to adventure.
May fortune follow thee, beloved son. And shouldst thou ever find thyself in need, do not hesitate to return to us here.
Forgive me, it pains indeed that I could do nothing to help. I could not do anything to prevent fair Moonbrook's fall, nor can I go with you to avenge it. Alright, next to Middenhall.
Princess of Moonbrook, it is truly a relief to see thee well. Thou hast done me right proud in seeing the princess safely back to us, my son. And you, young Cannock, thy father sent tidings of thine own heroism. I thank thee for resolving to accompany my son on his travels. I do not doubt that he is greatly emboldened by thy company.
Alas, Moonbrook is...
I see. So Hargon is indeed abroad once more. We must give thanks at least that thou wert delivered safely unto Middenhall, Princess. Thou hast suffered much, but thou wilt suffer no longer while I yet live. Pray, remain here in the castle, that no further danger might befall thee.
About that, she wants his head.
Thou hast my thanks, Majesty. And yet I cannot accept this kindness. I am resolved to journey with my cousins, to see that Hargon pays for his crimes.
Thou art. We know not even where Hargon is to be found, and yet you would seek him out wheresoever he may be and slay him.
We would, and we will not be swayed. We will fight to the last to see that none of the other realms suffers the fate that befell Moonbrook. For we are the descendants of mighty Erdrick, and this is our duty.
Indeed it is, and I applaud your recognition of it. Why, I'm halfway inclined to accompany you myself.
And yet thou must needs remain here and guard thy realm. We understand, Majesty. None can know when the Horde might strike again.
You speak the truth, of course. My duty lieth here in Middenhall. The duty of ridding us of foul Hargon and returning peace to this world must fall to you, young heroes. I await your triumphant return. Thou wilt prevail, my son. Thou must. This shall prove, should such proof ever be required, that thou art of the royal line of Middenhall. May it aid thee in thy quest.
Pancake Jr. obtains the Mark of Middenhall. Alright, now to Moonbrook. Is this truly all that remains? 'Tis as if I were in a nightmare. Yet it seems reality can be crueler than even our most fearful dreams. We resolve to venture inside. You can turn back if you so wish. No, no turning back.
Can this truly be the self-same throne?
Is aught the matter?
My father kept the Mark of Moonbrook here, the emblem of the crown, but it is gone.
What? You do not mean the monster stole it?
I cannot say for certain, though I can think of no other explanation.
Princess!
Chancellor! Guards! You are alive!
And so art thou! Oh, Highness, I thought that we had lost thee. Words cannot express how my heart soareth this moment.
The feeling is certainly mutual. 'Tis a miracle that you are unharmed.
No miracle, Highness. Only happenstance. When the fiends attacked, we were leagues northwest of here, making for Rippleport at thy royal father's behest. Were it not for this, we too would surely have...
Why Rippleport?
The town is a maritime gateway to the rest of the realm. His Majesty had hoped to expand our trade routes, and sent us to inquire about securing ships for said purpose.
This sounds precisely the sort of place we ought to visit. With a vessel of our own, we could hunt our quarry across the realm. Though I confess, I haven't the slightest inkling how one might go about securing a ship.
It shameth me to admit it, Highness, but neither do I. Alas, our journey to Rippleport ended at the Dragon's Horns.
The pair of towers on the road to the west, beyond the plains.
Indeed, Princess. A great stretch of water lieth betwixt the two. One far too wide to swim across. And, well, without a boat.
Blast! For a moment I thought our next destination was decided. To Rippleport, and thence to sail the seas in search of High Priest Hargon. But if we cannot even reach Rippleport, how are we to find him? Let alone slay him.
You mean to... Lo, Princess, thou art a beacon of hope for us all. Alas, so long as the strait remaineth unpassable...
Chancellor, forgive the intrusion, but dost thou recall the time His Majesty leapt from the highest tower of the castle?
Thou speakest of father.
Indeed. Our kingdom is home to a cloak known as the Windbreaker, said to allow its wearer to glide through the skies. One day, His Majesty decided to test the theory.
Aye, my lord. If thou rememberest, His Majesty came down leagues from the castle. And so I thought, if one were to leap from the top of the Dragon's Horns wearing the Windbreaker, one might yet reach the far bank.
An inspired proposal. Though, wherefore didst thou neglect to share this when we were by the towers?
For that we did not have the Windbreaker with us, my lord. And furthermore, for that I feared how an aerial voyage might bear upon thine aged frame.
Ah, yes, well...
The princess and her companions, however, should have no such concerns.
We shall use this windbreaker to soar across the strait to Rippleport, shall we not?
In that case, allow me to bequeath this unto thee, princess. There lieth a tower to the southeast, known as the Pillar of the Winds. It houseth the Windbreaker that was once thy father's. This key will grant thee entrance.
Ferode obtains the thief's key.
Pray allow us to handle matters here in Moonbrook, Highness. As for thine own journey, thou must follow the whispers of thy heart.
I shall, Chancellor. Come then, cousins, to the Pillar of the Winds.
Alright, now we can open the red doors and the red chests. kind of just weird staring at this because, very slight spoilers, this is where the end game of the game happens, and I'm just, flashbacks to the amount of times I'd go around the castle. Oh, gosh. Let's just say it definitely became a roguelike after a while in the other version. Alright, it's definitely gonna be quite the haul to get over there. Yeah, I'd say probably the quickest is to go to that village and then make my way around. Alright, off we go! Money! What a tease. The Pillar of the Winds. Alright, so now that that's a war point, let's go back to the village and go save, and then we'll continue on with the dungeon. That only sounds like a good object. The cowering, jeez. Thou must needs take great care when treading near the tower's edge, friend. Will thou oblige me by showing such prudence? Seems thou art a careful sort. Hast thou perchance stumbled and fallen before and learned thy lesson? And Partitia's like, can we leave, please? They're almost gonna one-shot me here. An agility ring. Alright, there's a boss.
time whelmed to lumps of rubble, then sent seeking trinkets hither and yon. And they were no easy marks, those plaguey moonbrookers. A monster deserves to rest a spell after slaughtering such stubborn clots.
You were among the fiends who assaulted Moonbrook!
And who might you be, eh? What brings little lumplings like you to such a place as this?
You will answer my question! Did you lay waste to fair Moonbrook?
Aye, but I did not rain down my spells of destruction alone. Half the cruelest clumps of fiend flesh I ever laid eyes upon were there.
You... No. My poor countrymen.
You are one of the lucky few who escaped our clutches, I take it. But it was clearly not your wits that preserved you, clod. For only a lumpen fool would throw away a life so recently saved.
Look out!
I feel a frost coming on. Oh. Chilly! Never fear! Oh, that was close. I feel a frost coming on. Heal! Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better.
Yeah, I was just saying if he did literally anything that wasn't just standard attacking, but unfortunately he did it every single time, so I have no other option. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Particio for the win! He's like, I did it! Oh shit! My cousins are dead.
We did it! We laid the creature low! Huzzah!
When we say we, I mean me!
Is aught the matter?
To think that my people, my father, suffered at the hands of such... Forgive me. This is not behavior befitting one of Erdrick's line.
Nonsense. It would befit a hero far less to greet the loss of kith and kin with stiff-lipped stoicism.
Thank you.
Now come. The hour grows late. Let us turn in. I shall take the first watch.
And Partitio's like, and I'm tuckered out from carrying the entire team.
You must be tired, cousin. Come, allow me to take the next watch. I have lost much. That cannot be denied. But I am not alone, and for that I am truly grateful.
Come, friends. The Windbreaker shall be ours this day. I shall eat my hat.
Please don't. Yeah, luckily everyone healed after that, my gosh. It's a top hat. Throne obtains the Windbreaker. The Windbreaker is ours at last. Indeed, and now that we have it, we must journey to, remind me, to the shrine west of Moonbrook. Our destination lies beyond it. Alright, and then I know we still have to check out the main part of the dungeon. But we at least did the plot relevance section of it. A Zin Scroll. Alright, so the only one who can learn this is Partitio. Sometimes resurrects a fallen ally at 1 HP. It's not the best resurrection spell, but at least we have something now. Alright, mini medal. A Wind Sickle Scroll. Wow, Partitio's just getting all the knowledge today. He's like, I am the chosen one of this group, give me everything! Just literally a hit and run, oh my gosh. Alright, money. Yeah, for what I've seen so far, definitely explored this tower because you got a couple of good spells and abilities plus money. A magical skirt. A flashy garment that reduces damage from enemy spells. Ooh, more magic water. This thorny thong... Yeah, thong can hit a whole bunch of baddies at once. Alright, let's say that's how big this tower is. There's too many medals in here. Alright, then I know there was at least one more chest over here. Then I think that's everything. Alright, everything else I'm willing to wait on, so time to go shopping for items. Get a nice big stash of medicinal herbs. Alright, so get Berticio 5 and her 3. Alright. Alright, then I got 26 in the bag. That should be a good starting point. A Defizzle Scroll. Somewhere out in the world is a place where the Holy Spirit herself once came to Earth. Think you such talk of spirits to be fanciful? I myself believe in a great power that protected the land and watch over all of us. Well, you tried. Oh, it replaces it with a higher prize. Nice. Alright, that's where we'll leave it off for this time, so then we'll continue that up next session. Alright, so then, kind of as I stated at the beginning of the session, it's going to be kind of spread out for the next couple of weeks, because I'm prepping to go to MagFest in a couple of weeks. So for sure I'm going to be streaming Octopath this Friday. That is all I have planned. It could be more than that, but that is all I have planned and until the 13th of January when I get back. So, yeah, stay tuned for Friday, but that might be it. So let's go find a raid target. Yeah, because I gotta finish cosplay prep and other stuff. Alright, let's go raid Ilita. Alright, cool. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care.